Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, may I have your attention, please? Zooming to you from the digital universe to wherever you are. This is Far Out Fiesta episode 201 FOF True Crime SnuggleTown Slaughter. I am your host and humble narrator, Richard Houghton. Please give it up for our amazing cast, JuliAnna Brisoce.
Yay!
Robb Hudspeth.
Yay!
And Kristin Keith. Question: how do you feel about clowns? Question is, how do you feel about clowns, JuliAnna?
Oh, would it freak you out if I went to clown, like if I did circus performing stuff?
No, not at all. I'm a fan of clowns.
Do you?
Robb, how do you feel about clowns?
I like my clowns like I like my horses in a damn rodeo.
All right, cool. What about you, Kristin? How do you feel about clowns?
I don't even like them in a rodeo or the circus, in my dreams or anywhere they could possibly be. Creepy!
Or like over there in that dark corner right there where I put one right over.
I've made money. I've been a professional clown.
You have?
I have. So I kind of like being a clown. Yeah.
I bet you were a cute one though.
I was kind of a nasty one. Actually. Yeah, I was a little bit menacing. It was one of those Doritos commercials that everyone was doing 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you did one.
I did 2 of them.
No,
yeah.
you did 2 of them.
I did 2.
I didn't do any. One of me. I'm not a Dorito seller.
Yeah, I did a few of those too. All right, far out. Let's fiesta.
We're really killing everyone in SnuggleTown tonight?
Spoiler alert.
So we're killing all of them.
They were some of the original FOF recurring characters.
I mean, FOF is moving in a different direction.
Ignoring things that have worked in the past.
Well, that's not new. We've always done that.
Yeah, we never figured out which things work.
Well, maybe, if we actually had things that work.
And who's to say we're really killing them? I mean, none of our characters ever die. They just retire. Except Uncle Vic. He's dead. R.I.P. Vic.
Well, you're killing them. The premise of the show is that everyone in SnuggleTown is slaughtered.
I mean, I guess you could say that.
Well, the subtitle of the episode is SnuggleTown Slayings.
So do you think any of the millions watching tonight's show remember who the SnuggleTown citizens even are?
Probably not.
Well, that gives Richard a chance to plug in an old sketch or two, so he doesn't have to write as much.
Au contraire, this whole show is new content.
Oh, new content. What's with the random French?
Je ne sais pas. Might be a stroke.
Oh, okay, so let's get back to that new content statement.
And nothing we do is new content. Don't you think that we should remind tonight's 500 million viewers who the SnuggleTown characters are?
We don't have any budget for it. I mean, I figured our dozens of viewers wouldn't need. Why should our dozens of viewers need any empathy for these characters?
Well, we do want people to care about our characters, at least.
Yeah, if you say so.
So we're going to kill off some of our OG characters without reminding our loyal viewers and thousands of new viewers who the suck these characters are?
You can find a whole bunch of Far Out Fiesta SnuggleTown episodes on the Wanda Wayne Productions YouTube channel, going all the way back to the first season.
That was a pretty sucking gratuitous plug there, Richard.
Oh, well, I think if you're going to kill them off, they should at least get to, remind us who they are. So.
Give them a moment of dignity.
Nobody gets dignity on FOF.
True.
All right, fine. Before we do FOF True Crime SnuggleTown Slayings, we'll do a prominent Snuggletonians montage.
A montage. Okay, those are really confusing in this format.
Yeah, I mean, although this is a visual medium, we don't tend to do a lot of movement.
I don't think a montage is all that bad.
Oh, well, I guess.
That's a fucking lame way to remind the FOF heads.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah.
I like it, FOF heads.
Let me finish my sentence. That's a pretty sucking lame way to remind the FOF heads about the inhabitants of Snuggletown.
As always, tonight's episode is based on a true story. Once again, far out, let's fiesta. Prominent Snuggletown-ians. Happy
The
honeybee.
Happy the honeybee. You might call me a true force of nature.
You are a true force of nature.
My leadership and legendary commitment to intimidation through stinging the crap out of all the opposition culminated in my serving as the first elected mayor of Snuggletown. The citizens of Snuggletown are somewhat divided.
Look, Mirappy up.
Hoppy, I will sting the crap out of you.
Free Mirappy. Please don't sting the crap out of me. Bee stings make me die.
Well, my election was accomplished without the direct support of the Snuggletown Township Council or the Podcast City Morning News, a fact I will never forget. Too bad about their tragic allergic reaction deaths and suspicious fires.
Oh, should anybody be investigating their allergic reaction deaths or the suspicious fires?
Questions like that could lead to an allergic reaction death.
No further questions.
I display a rare combination of strength, antenna, sternum segments, compound eyes, and mandibles. Always the compassionate champion for the citizens of Podcast City that I haven't banished to
Pungent Sock Island.
Pungent Duck Island. I also own Snuggletown Deli. You know our slogan. All the sandwiches are better than anything else in your miserable life. What the suck is wrong with you? I'm Eppy, the honeybee. What's it to you?
Hoppy
Grasshopper.
Oh, I am Hoppy the Grasshopper. I was an artist.
Bull crap artist.
An entertainer.
Bull crap entertainer.
I was an artist and entertainer.
The only art so hard to breathe he ever made could also have just been called stupid garbage.
I was an entertainer.
Can I please have some water? Please, I'm sucking, begging you, I need water now.
Oh, you're not exactly advancing the story. I'm an artist entertainer who worked with Snuggletown Pictures. I was best known as Bothersome Roy.
That was you?
Yes.
I always hated that character. It bothered me. May I have a status on the water request? I'm losing conscious.
I was Bothersome Roy, the adult grasshopper, for 4 seasons on the Duchess Dingo Society television series.
What's going on? May I have a glass of water? It is so hard to breathe.
Well, maybe if you didn't hate Bothersome Roy so much.
Oh, bull crap! I've been asking for water for 4 fucking years! 4 fucking years! And nobody has brought it to me once! Not once!
So I also designed over 100 insignia for the U.S. Armed Forces for World War II, but since the war had been over for many decades, the insignia went unused. I also designed the dingo ears worn on the Dutchess Dingo Society.
Dingoes grow a second thicker coat during late autumn for warmth, which usually sheds by mid to late spring.
I am Hoppy the Grasshopper. Kenny the fish who can live on land.
I'm Kenny, the fish who can live on land, and I used to work at Critter Confectionery.
I love their caterpillars.
Well, they're actually made from crabgrass. They just taste like caterpillars.
Sharks! No wonder I'm an anemic swallow. Oh!
I used to work at Critter Confectionery, and I got fired on the spot. So hard. When the CEO dressed like, so hard to breathe, CEO dressed like Stoutland, the big-hearted Pokemon, came in.
Oh! Isn't Stoutland known for being wise? Oh!
Yes, skilled in rescuing people stranded in the mountains or at sea. And since I'm a fish who can live on land...
Oh! The CEO dressed like Stoutland came in, and so of course you immediately thought you could completely trust him. Oh!
That's right! Do you have any water? Oh, 1 milliliter would help. So I say, I literally hate customers more than anything in the entire world, including showgirls, Tim, in our drive-thru.
Oh! Wasn't Danielle Bergio in Showgirls?
Yeah, she was ear and a nose dancer. But little did I know, Stoutland was also a goddess dancer in that film.
Oh! So he fired you and doomed you to live on land.
Well, he fired me, but the living on land part was my idea because I'm Kenny, the fish who can live on land.
Rita the Swallow.
Oh.
Oh, I'm Rita the Swallow. I earned a bachelor's degree in swallow finance from New York Aviator University, and I am a devout wormitarian.
You just eat worms?
Worms and wormy things. What I eat is my business. So.
You're right. Sorry, Rita.
She's the one who said she was a devout wormitarian.
I know. Every time I apologize to someone, they immediately go onto my kill list.
That seems a little harsh.
I'm sorry, Kenny.
It pisses me off that Critter Confectionery caterpillars are made out of crabgrass.
Like crabgrass?
I prefer human baby flesh. Well, I briefly hosted a daytime talk show. It's Rita, but certain honeybees did everything in their power as mayor to make that show go away.
Well, I know which bee that is. Made downtown SnuggleTown grasshopper forbidden on the weekends.
Or I know which bee that is. She won't unsubscribe me from her cooking fish site.
Which bees might that be, you ungrateful imbeciles?
Oh, how many sucking bee mayors do you know that have been in SnuggleTown as mayor?
Buzz you, man! Ratings killed its Rita. It was on against that show where lions eat bad guys. Hoppy, Kenny is the one who jammed Grasshopper Forbidden Weekends down the city council's throat.
Oh, of course he was.
What about me?
We're cool with her sending you that cooking fish stuff all the time. Anyway, I made a brief appearance in the sitcom The Finches and was featured in the reoccurring role as a single bird mother on the FOF show 2 3/4 Birds.
I always thought they needed more bees on that show.
Or fish.
Or grasshoppers.
Oh, I'm Rita the Swallow.
Francis
the
the
pseudo-scorpion.
pseudo-scorpion.
I'm Francis the Pseudo-Scorpion. I was an American actress and television hostess.
I don't recall. So hard to breathe. I don't recall any pseudo-scorpion television hostesses.
I appeared in over a dozen feature films.
Oh, nobody's ever heard of you. Oh,
Over the course of my career, I became notorious.
Yes, especially for her involuntary commitment to psychiatric hospitals and subsequent mental health struggles.
Thanks for mentioning that.
So, were you in that movie where pseudo-scorpions kill fish?
No,
Would you like to be?
Oh, I'd like to be a background fish.
oh, or a prop.
I'm Francis the Pseudo-Scorpion.
Ramon.
The skink.
Oh, I am Ramon the Skink, known professionally as Benson Hedges.
Where were you ever known as that?
The retired cigarette brand convention scene.
Oh, rock on, Benson.
I was a skink American film, stage, and television actor.
I just don't remember all of these weird creatures getting all of this acting work, and Benson and Hedges are still around.
Career in silent films in 1917 became one of the top box office attractions in the 1920s.
And early 1930s.
Oh, you're old, man. Oh,
Skinks age well. I was promoted by SnuggleTown Pictures as the sexy skink and became known as a sex symbol after the death of Ralph Macchio.
I think he's still alive. Oh, is he a skink too?
I'm Ramon the Skink.
Gerald.
Gerald the Shrew.
Hi, I'm Gerald the Shrew.
How many of these are there?
I'm a shrew American attorney serving as the junior United States Senator for SnuggleTown since 2013.
Who has been indicted 15 times for corruption?
And the beach twice.
People seem to be drawn to him.
Like flies to crap.
I was the runner-up for the reptile presidential nomination in the 2016 election.
The runner-up? Oh, there were over 14,000 runner-ups in the reptile presidential nomination for 2016 election. Oh.
I'm Gerald the Shrew.
Marigold the Joey.
I'm Marigold the Joey. I am an Australian in the womb actress.
Once again, how do all of you creatures get such successful acting careers?
I made her debut in the television show The Wallaby and the Wombat. I subsequently appeared in television shows such as Pouch-Shoopils, Something in the Pouch, and Blue Jumpers.
Oh, what was your breakthrough role?
My breakthrough role was in the horror film Ghost Ship Down Under,
I remember that one.
which introduced me to a wider audience. I'm Marigold the Joey.
Good day. It's time for FOF True Crime. On FOF True Crime, we dig deep into true stories. Tonight's edition, the
SnuggleTown
SnuggleTown Slaughter.
Slaughter.
Dun, dun, dun.
Duh.
Panic gripped Snuggletown like a rabbit in a moron's hands.
Snuggletonians were dropping like flies.
Which is okay for the aging flies.
Yeah, I mean, flies just die of natural causes too. Yeah.
At least their fly deaths are peaceful.
Early on, most of the dead were small mammals and rodents, so it didn't really matter much.
Dogs and cats would have mattered.
Birds, fish, and insects are pretty low on the creatures that mattered scale.
Then the celebrity creatures started disappearing.
Yes, celebrity spans all socioeconomic groups.
So a large number of prominent Snuggletonian creature celebrities vanished and are presumed very dead within a 2-week span.
Yeah, Snuggletonians were willing to live with the creature celebrities missing until one white human from the good side of Snuggletown was slightly inconvenienced.
A pattern emerged, and a certain leader of the Snuggletown Mixed Species Consortium seemed to be at the center of it all.
But she always had an alibi.
When this was happening, I was at another event. There were witnesses.
Okay, we will now walk you through some reenactments demonstrating how these disappearances may have, or may not, but may have happened.
I feel fairly confident Epi will be exonerated.
Well, only because you're a player.
For the purposes of our reenactments, you will be seeing actor portrayals of the prominent Snuggletonians.
The only surviving prominent survivor, Epi, the honeybee, but she declined to appear in this episode.
Amid the Snuggletown slaughter on Wednesday, a certain marsupial vanished without a trace.
When this was happening, I was at another event. There were witnesses.
During the Snuggletown slaughter, Marigold the Jelly was walking.
Not really walking, more like pouching, i.e. being in my mother's pouch, to my local mall to buy a card for my pen pal in the new Snuggletown.
Give me an H. Give me a 2. Give me an O.
I couldn't catch the bus, so...
Oh, the Grasshopper Bus Driver Union is on strike.
And I'm no scab.
I'm your mom. I agree that you can walk. Goodbye. I'm off to work. Oh, was I supposed to be playing her mother? Why didn't anybody tell me?
I witnessed Marigold.
I too witnessed Marigold.
Thanks for witnessing, new mates. Do you hear buzzing?
Witnesses saw Marigold walking along Lamanga Drive just before noon. It would be the last anyone would see of her. Marigold vanish, or did she perhaps get the crap stung out of her?
If you think Marigold's disappearance is suspicious,
Well, I don't.
then maybe you will think Ramon's disappearance is. He was supposed to say yes, but he would have known if he came to frickin' rehearsal.
Good improv, though.
Oh, thanks.
People are saying that Ramon the Skink's disappearance is suspicious.
Amid the Snuggletown slaughter on Thursday, a certain scaled reptile vanished without a trace. My skink acting career was sagging a bit, so I was training to be a helicopter tour pilot. I was on a 146-mile training flight over the Lake Ray Podcast City.
When this was happening, I was at another event. There were witnesses.
Did I mention I am deathly allergic to bee stings?
Well, what an unusual thing to mention.
My aircraft was a light plane, a Cessna 182L, and I had around 150 hours of flying time.
Do they bring water on these flights?
Oh, while Ramon wanted a second career in helitourism, he had a poor past pilot's achievements record. Oh!
I failed the 5 commercial license examination subjects twice, but figured, hey, what the suck?
On this flight, however, something was wrong. I've heard. I was at another event. There were witnesses.
Ramon radioed into the Podcast City International Helicopter Air Traffic Control, who I bet also had water, and reported that
I am being followed by an object around 1,000 feet above me.
Oh, he reported that the aircraft was...
The object is large, unknown to me, and moving at a high speed. Of course, I am pretty buzzed. Speaking of buzzed, does anyone hear buzzing?
not long after he radioed in to say,
It is now orbiting above me. It is black and yellow surface, a black stinger, and it buzzes.
The controller asked Ramon to identify the aircraft and sent his last communication.
It isn't an aircraft.
There was a sound of buzzing, and Ramon was never heard from again.
People are saying that Francis, the pseudo-scorpion's disappearance is suspicious.
Amid the SnuggleTown slaughter on Saturday, a certain arachnid vanished without a trace.
I'm Francis the pseudo-scorpion. I was on a train home after playing tennis with friends.
When this was happening, I was at another event. There are witnesses.
Oh, she was traveling from East Podcast City back to Little Pod, where she had left her pseudo-scorpion vehicle.
This looks like a good place to park her.
When she disappeared without a trace.
She met some friends at the train station, but they soon left her.
All alone. What's that buzzing?
She was last seen getting off the train at SnuggleTown Station and heading to her pseudo-scorpion car. Oh, it's just so hard to breathe.
Police investigating the disappearance found pollen stains on the ground besides her pseudo-scorpion car, which she had parked at the station's pseudo-scorpion car park.
They also noted, there were drag marks that led into the bushes. There they found a cigarette lighter belonging to Francis.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Those were the only clues.
People are saying that Gerald, the shrew's disappearance is suspicious.
Okay, so amid the SnuggleTown slaughter, on Monday, a small mole-like mole vanished without a trace.
A Cessna 2010 was registered to travel from N North, Podcast City, a human pilot and a troop passenger.
When this was happening, I was at another event. There are witnesses.
And reports of buzzing on the plane. This really is the second one of these that involves a plane.
Who knew that woodland creatures flew commercially so often?
The plane sent out a emergency radio transmission and air traffic control as they neared the community of Snugglebriar.
According to the pilot, bad weather was ahead, and he needed permission to fly in a restricted area to avoid the storm.
Well, then the pilot changed his mind, staying on his original course. What now?
The way I remember it, not long after that, an integral part of the plane fails, leaving the pilot with no sense of direction and no horizon simulator or heading indicator. Not that I was there.
Along with strong winds and ice, as well as plane malfunction, there was extreme turbulence. The last response from the plane was terrified and cut short. 5,000 bzzz.
People are saying that Hoppy the grasshopper's disappearance is suspicious.
Amid the Snuggletown slaughter on Wednesday, a certain insect vanished without a trace.
Snuggletown had been erecting a giant wall around the city to keep out Kathy Lee Gifford, specifically.
I am Happy the Grasshopper, and I was very involved in the erecting of that wall.
And part of Hoppy's responsibility was to, it's like my throat is full of sawdust. Guard the wall construction each night to make sure that it was not disturbed.
When this was happening, I was at another event. There are witnesses.
On Wednesday night, during the Snuggletown slaughter, Hoppy assumed his position high atop one of the corners of the wall.
Well, from this corner of the wall, I could see everything in Snuggletown. It would be tranquil up here if it wasn't for all of the buzzing.
Hoppy was never seen in Snuggletown after that night.
Some say you can hear his stupid laugh from deep inside the wall on particularly humid nights.
Oh, damn, I'm sweaty.
People are saying that Kenny the fish, who can live on land's disappearance, is suspicious.
All right, so amid the Snuggletown slaughter, On Friday, a certain perch vanished without a trace.
When this was happening, I was at another event. There are witnesses.
The FBI is thinking about closing the case because, well, you know, it doesn't really mean that much because speculation stopped. I mean, people are interested, but not really.
They should totally close it.
Oh! A perch hijacked a Boeing 727 on Seattle on Friday during the SnuggleTown slaughter.
After securing a $200,000 ransom to give the plane back, the anonymous perch bailed out via parachute, and neither he nor the money was ever seen again. This sounds a lot like D.B. Cooper, by the way.
People on the plane reported hearing a strange buzzing prior to the perch exiting the plane.
Many questions still surround the case, like when a fish lives on land, who can he count on to get him some water?
Or was it even possible for a fish to successfully parachute to safety from the plane's height?
Kenny disappeared from the plane and into history.
People are saying that the disappearance of Rita the Swallow is suspicious.
Amid the SnuggleTown slaughter, on a Sunday, a small bird vanished without a trace.
Rita the Swallow was out with friends on Sunday amid the Snuggletown slaughter.
Oh! Aren't you going to say that you were at another event and you have witnesses?
Rita was definitely in a local bird bar, even though she told me she didn't feel like doing anything that night.
Oh! I changed my mind!
She was seen on the buzzing surveillance video at 2:51 a.m. and confirmed to have been sighted outside the residence of a honeybee friend around 4:30 a.m.
Oh! Arguing!
Since then, she hasn't been seen again. When this was happening, I was at another event. There are witnesses.
Snuggletown slaughter, the last word. Final thoughts. Kristin.
It's compelling stuff. Epi's innocent.
No way. She killed everyone.
In fact, isn't that her? I'm definitely allergic to bee stings. Good.
And this has been Far Out Fiesta episode 201, FOF True Crime Snuggletown Slaughter. I have been your host and humble narrator, Richard Houghton. Please take the time now to give it up for our amazing cast. Robb Hudspeth.
Yay!
Kristin Keith.
Yay!
And JuliAnna Brisoce. Before we go, does anybody have any final thoughts or anything they'd like to share with the international huge audience that's viewing us?
Yes. International audience viewing us. If you have the Amazon and the Prime, I just got word tonight that a feature film featuring is now on Amazon Prime. It's called
Nice.
It's called Half White.
Half White.
But it's called Half White. So yeah, it's a comedy about racism in the workplace. So it's
Perfect.
yeah, it's
Awesome. Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. So if you have Prime, it's free to watch.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody.
I already checked.